Welcome! Today we're unlocking the secrets of North Korea, the world's most mysterious nation. We'll dive into a reality where time, technology, and even daily life follow rules unlike anywhere else. Ready to step into the unknown? Let's begin. Pyongyang, North Korea's capital, is a city shrouded in secrecy and mystery, a place most North Koreans will never set foot in during their lifetimes. Its grand avenues and monumental buildings are reserved for a select few. Entry is strictly controlled and reserved for the elite. Only those handpicked for their unwavering loyalty to the regime are allowed to live here. The population is carefully curated, creating a city unlike any other in the country. As a visitor, you're walking through a city that feels almost theatrical, immaculate, meticulously maintained, and eerily quiet. The wide boulevards are nearly empty, and everything seems designed to impress. Pyongyang is a showcase, not a true capital in the traditional sense. Every site, every monument, and every interaction is carefully orchestrated. You're only allowed to see what the regime wants you to see, always under watchful eyes. The city's exclusivity is a constant, physical reminder of North Korea's rigid social hierarchy and the deep divide between the privileged and the ordinary. For millions living in the countryside, Pyongyang is a distant dream, an unattainable world that remains forever out of reach, symbolizing both hope and exclusion. As a tourist, you're granted a rare and fleeting pass into this forbidden zone, a privilege denied to almost all North Korean citizens, and one that comes with strict limitations. Always remember, what you see here is a carefully constructed facade, a city designed to project power and perfection, while hiding the realities that lie beyond its borders. North Korea once created its own time zone, Pyongyang time, by setting clocks back 30 minutes. This was a political move, a break from the past, and a statement of independence. For a few years, crossing the border meant stepping into a different time. Later they reverted to match South Korea, but the message was clear. North Korea plays by its own rules. Even time is a tool for asserting identity. For travelers, it's a reminder of the country's deep isolation. In North Korea, even the clock is political. In North Korea, it's not 2024, it's Juche 113. The calendar starts with Kim Il-sung's birth, not the birth of Christ. Every document, monument, and celebration reinforces this alternate timeline. The biggest holiday? Kim Il-sung's birthday, not New Year's Day. The Juche calendar is a daily reminder that the nation's story begins and ends with its leaders. As a visitor, you're living in a parallel history. Time itself is rewritten to serve the regime. In North Korea, you're never truly alone, not for a single moment. From the instant you arrive until the moment you leave, government-assigned guides are by your side, shadowing your every move and ensuring you stay on the approved path. These guides are friendly, knowledgeable, and always present, serving as your translators, minders, and gatekeepers to the country's tightly controlled world. Every step you take, every meal you eat, and every conversation you have is carefully monitored with guides always nearby, listening and watching. Spontaneity is impossible, your itinerary is fixed, and any attempt to stray from the schedule is gently but firmly redirected. You might share laughs or stories with your guides, and sometimes genuine moments of connection, but their loyalty is always to the state, not to you. The experience is like living in a golden cage. You're a guest, but also a carefully watched participant in a state performance. Any sense of freedom is just an illusion. The constant watchful supervision is a powerful reminder of the regime's absolute control over every aspect of your visit. In North Korea, you're always on script, performing your role in a carefully curated reality where nothing is left to chance. Photography in North Korea is tightly controlled. You can only take pictures of approved sites from approved angles. Statues must be photographed in full. Soldiers and anything unflattering are strictly off limits. Guides may check your camera and ask you to delete forbidden images. Your photos become state-approved souvenirs, not true memories. The regime controls not just what you see, but what you can show the world. In North Korea, even your camera is censored. The Arirang mass games are a spectacle of synchronized perfection. Tens of thousands performing as one. Students flip colored cards to create massive moving mosaics. The show is breathtaking, overwhelming, and a little unsettling. It's the ultimate display of collectivism. The individual disappears into the crowd. The artistry is stunning, but the pressure for flawless conformity is immense. Every movement is choreographed, every mistake visible. The mass games are propaganda at its most beautiful and most chilling. In North Korea, unity is everything. Tourists stay in a handful of designated hotels, often isolated, grand, and strangely empty. The Yanggakdo Hotel, on its own island, is the most famous. These hotels are self-contained bubbles, designed to keep you in and the real North Korea out. The mysterious, missing fifth floor adds to the intrigue, rumored to house surveillance equipment. Your evenings are spent in a diplomatic no-man's land, disconnected from local life. The experience is surreal. You're in North Korea, but never truly part of it. Even your hotel is a controlled environment. The DMZ is one of the world's most tense borders, barbed wire, landmines, and soldiers on constant alert. Visiting from the north, you're given a narrative of defiance and vigilance. You step into blue conference huts that straddle the border, technically crossing into South Korea for a moment. The atmosphere is heavy, the tension palpable. It's a stark reminder of a nation divided for over 70 years. The DMZ isn't just a tourist site, it's a living scar. Here, the reality of conflict is impossible to ignore. North Korea's internet is a closed intranet called Kwangmyong, an isolated network completely cut off from the rest of the world. It's a digital bubble designed to keep citizens in and outside influences out. There's no Google, no social media, and no way to connect with the global web. Just a handful of state-approved sites, all tightly monitored and censored by the government. Most North Koreans will never experience the open internet. For them, the idea of browsing freely or chatting with someone overseas is unimaginable. Tourists can buy expensive SIM cards for limited access, but every online move is tracked. Surveillance is ever-present and privacy is non-existent. For most visitors, it's a forced digital detox. No emails, no social media updates, and no news from the outside world. You're cut off whether you like it or not. The disconnection can feel jarring at first, but soon you find yourself living fully in the moment, noticing details you'd usually miss, and connecting face to face. It's a rare, eye-opening glimpse into the information vacuum North Koreans experience every day, where books and state TV are the only sources of knowledge. The regime controls not just physical borders, but the very flow of information, deciding what people can see, hear, and know. In North Korea, the world is exactly what the state says it is, nothing more, nothing less. Pyongyang's metro is among the world's deepest, over 100 meters underground, doubling as a nuclear bunker. The stations are ornate, with chandeliers and mosaics glorifying the regime. As a tourist, you ride a few stops, always with guides, glimpsing daily life from a distance. The trains are vintage, the atmosphere frozen in time. The grandeur and depth reflect both pride and paranoia. It's a brief, curated look at ordinary life, filtered through layers of control. Even underground, the message is clear: the state is everywhere. North Korean cuisine is a rare experience. Dishes like Pyongyang cold noodles and kimchi are tour staples. Meals are pre-arranged, plentiful, and meant to impress. Adventurous options include duck barbecue and clams cooked with fire at your table. Remember, what you eat as a tourist is not what most North Koreans eat daily. Even food is part of the showcase. North Korea's monuments are colossal, statues, towers, and plazas designed to dwarf the individual. The Mansu Hill Grand Monument and Juche Tower are must-sees, each loaded with symbolism. Visitors bow, lay flowers, and follow strict protocols. These sites are sacred, reinforcing the regime's narrative of power and unity. The scale is overwhelming, the message unmistakable. Architecture becomes indoctrination. In North Korea, the landscape itself tells the story. Bring cash. Credit cards and ATMs are useless. You'll pay in euros, dollars, or yuan for everything from souvenirs to tips. Run out and you're out of luck. There's no backup. Prices for tourists are separate from locals. You operate in a parallel economy. The cash-only system is a daily reminder of North Korea's isolation. Every transaction is a step further from the modern world. In North Korea, your wallet is your lifeline. Beyond Pyongyang, North Korea's natural beauty is stunning. mountains, forests, and waterfalls few outsiders ever see. Tours may visit places like Mount Myo-yang or Mount Kumgang, but most of the country remains off-limits. The isolation has preserved vast wilderness, but access is tightly controlled. You glimpse hidden beauty from the bus, always wondering what lies beyond. The land is as mysterious as the regime. North Korea's greatest secrets may be its landscapes. The #1 rule: never leave your tour group. Wandering off is strictly forbidden, with serious consequences for you and your guides. Every movement is monitored, your path is predetermined. The urge to explore is suppressed. You adapt to the bubble. You're a guest, but also a well-watched prisoner. The experience is a lesson in the meaning of freedom. In North Korea, the cage is golden, but it's still a cage. We've glimpsed a world of secrets, spectacle, and strict control. North Korea challenges everything you know about travel and freedom. If this journey opened your eyes, subscribe for more deep dives into the world's hidden corners. Thanks for watching. Stay curious and see you on the next adventure. Until then, remember, some places are unforgettable, even if you only see what you're allowed to.